Hi, welcome back to Erin's Reading Corner. Today I'm going to pick my mate TBR. In April I picked 5 books and I read all 5 of them. And I've had a very productive April. So this month I'm going to pick 6 books since I think I'm going to have 12 or 13 books I've read in April. So it gives me a chance to read about half if I'm as productive in May as I was this past month. So let's pick our first prompt. Our first one is an author you've never read before. Okay, so it's a lot on here because I bought a lot of new books. Main 2 I want to read are Court of Thorns and Roses and Darling Daffodil's Farm. And I think I have more prompts that'll fit this one, so I'm going to go with The Court of Thorns and Roses, which is about when 19-year-old huntress Feyre kills a wolf in the woods. A terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends, Feyre discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast all of the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy Tamlin transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right in the fairylands. An ancient, wicked shadow is growing, and Feyre must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever. So with books 6 and 7 coming out in this series later this year, I really want to start it, and I think now would be a good time to, because then I have plenty of time to, if I want to take my time in the series, not have to rush it, or if I want to binge it, I can do that too. Prompt number 2. Let's go with this one. This one is a book that you don't remember the blurb. I think that would be maybe like this one by Julia Quinn, Splendid, because I don't remember what this one's about. There are 2 things that everyone knows about Alexander Ridgely. 1, he's Duke of Ashbourne, and 2, he has no plans to marry anytime soon. That is until a red-headed American throws herself in front of a carriage to save his young nephew's life. She's everything Alex never thought a woman could be, smart and funny, principled and brave, but she's a servant completely unsuitable for a high-born duke, unless perhaps she's not quite what she seems. American heiress Emma Dunster might be surrounded by Englishmen, but that doesn't mean she intends to marry one, even if she has agreed to participate in one London season. When she slipped out of her cousin's home dressed as a kitchen maid, all she wanted was one last taste of anonymity before her debut. She never dreamed she'd find herself in the arms of a dangerously handsome duke, or that he'd be quite so upset when he discovered her true identity. But true love tends to blossom just when one least expects it, and passion can melt even the most stubborn of hearts. So that'll be book 2. Okay, prompt number 3. A bunch in my hand. Let's go with this one. A book published this year. So let's see, we have kind of already a historical fiction and a romantasy, but this one was published this year, so was this one. I don't think I have any others from this year. I really want to do the Thorn Queen, so I think I'm going to go with it. So this is the sequel to The Rose Bargain, which is about the London season, and the Queen of England was a fairy, and she would make bargains with people that, like, oh, if you wanted to improve your singing voice, you can no longer turn left, or if you don't want headaches, you can't smell flowers, kind of thing. And so one girl doesn't make a bargain while she's trying to court the fairy prince, and it's kind of the adventures of courting him and trying to take the crown away from the queen in the first book. And then I don't want to spoil what the second one is about, because it would spoil where the series goes. So prompt number 4. animal on the cover. Don't think any of these have animals. No. It has a bird, so this is a maybe. No, just people and flowers. Just people. I know this one doesn't. Just scissors. This one's got butterflies. Butterflies are animals, right? Are bugs animals? And this one definitely has animals on the cover because it's about animals. Let's see. This one's a mystery and takes place in autumn, so maybe I want to wait till fall for that one. This one is like a STEM romance. They both work at a museum. She's an entomologist and he's an astronomer. I don't have a regular romance. I have a historical romance and two romanticies. So maybe this one. Millie has never taken the expected path. Her childhood love for bugs and science led her to entomology and her career and her role as a curator, inspiring museum visitors every day. It's her dream to run her own department, so when a rare director position opens, she is determined nothing will distract her from her goal, especially not Finn, her grumpy co-worker with his permanent scowl, electric blue eyes, and endless supply of astronomy ties. Not that she spent time noticing any of those things. Finn doesn't mean to glare at everyone, but he's juggling his role at the museum, navigating the grief of losing his sister, attempting to make his nieces smile, and trying not to ruin dinner for the 5th night in a row. He can't afford to let anything slip, and certainly doesn't need more to deal with, especially not Millie literally stumbling into him with her bright smile and sunny optimism. He bugs her. She's too starry-eyed for him. They can't deny their attraction, but can't either afford to risk their heart. And I know the second book in the series, which is about her sister, just came out, so I really want to get to this one. So this is book 4. Okay, prompt number 5. Free pick, so anything I want. I really want to get to Darling Daffodil's farm, so I think I'm going to pick it. This one is about aspiring pastry chef Tally Darling, who returns home to her family's daffodil farm. The last thing she expects to find is a hot, half-naked farmhand living in her childhood bedroom and running her late daddy's business. Jesse Walker might be gorgeous, but he's also infuriatingly grumpy. Walker has no time for Tally, and the feeling is mutual. That is until Tally hears him moan over one of her signature salted honey cupcakes and then discovers how good it tastes when they kiss. As dewy April days turn into warm May evenings, Walker and Tally soon realize there's a thin line between love and hate, but will their budding connection grow into something that lasts beyond one season? Okay, so that's... Okay, and our 6th and final pick, I'll go with this one on top, is Pet Pick. Okay, so Watson, you will get to pick 2. What do I want to read that's left? Thrown in the Dark. And... I don't have a hardback yet, so maybe we'll go with Yesteryear. And we'll have Watson pick.
No?
Yeah. Okay, so Watson's gonna pick his book, either his 2 choices. Yesteryear, okay, here we go. Okay, so Watson just picked our last, and you didn't eat all your cat treats, picked our last book, Yesteryear by Carol Claire Burke. Let me and some of the cats spit off it. So this one is about Natalie Heller Mills, who's a traditional American woman, a beautiful wife and mother who sells her pioneer lifestyle of raw milk and farm fresh eggs to her millions of social media followers. And basically, she ends up waking up in a life that isn't hers. Everything feels familiar but's wrong, and she's basically kind of sent back to the 1800s. And it's like looking at the ideas of like trad wife and how it's kind of bad, I guess. So that's book number 1. And then we picked Darling Daffodil's Farm for free pick. For a book with animals on the cover, we did Give Me Butterflies for the butterflies on the cover. A book published this year was The Thorn Queen. And a book I don't remember the blurb of was Splendid by Julia Quinn. And then what was our first prompt? Oh, an author I've never read before, which was Sarah J. Maas with The Court of Thorns and Roses. So those are our 6 picks for May. And I'll see you at the end of the month to tell you how I did with them. Bye.